smiles. Now, in high definition, live, local, late breaking. This is KOLD News 13 live.
We are in for some late-breaking weather in the morning. Tonight, we have team coverage on the red flag warning.
And Sonu Wasu has the details on an arsonist in Cochise County. Officials there are worried as the forecast calls for another windy day. Chief Meteorologist Kevin Jeans is tracking the warning and has the details on how to stay safe.
But first, some new late-breaking details on a story you saw first right here on KOLD News 13. A 6-month-old baby girl spending the night in the hospital after being left in a minivan with the windows up and the doors unlocked.
KOLD News 13's Craig is joining us live with some new details. Craig, what are we learning?
Well, we know that police have talked with at least the father of the baby, but that is just talked. No criminal charges at this point. And here's why. The investigation is open because detectives, well, they're still focused on the baby while she's in the hospital. Now, we saw two people talking with police at the scene. They were around the open minivan when we got here. No broken glass, you can see, because the security guard from Tucson City Hall got right in thanks to those unlocked doors. Now, earlier, the baby was sweaty but conscious. Now, tonight, the sergeant on duty says she's doing better. No signs of dehydration, but medical teams want to keep her in the hospital overnight to keep an eye on her. So, like I said, no charges at this point. They're just focused on the baby, but the investigation remains open. If anything changes, you can turn it right here to us. We'll keep you updated on air and online, and of course, always on mobile. Reporting live downtown, Craig Reck, KOLD News 13, live local late breaking.
All right, thanks, Craig. And just to give you an idea how quickly the temperatures can get inside a car, take a look at this graphic. With the outside temperature at 80 degrees in just 10 minutes, a car can get to 99 degrees. In 20 minutes, it gets up to 109 degrees. 30 minutes later, within a half an hour, 114 degrees. 40 minutes later, it can reach 118 degrees. Within 50 minutes, it reaches all the way up to 120. And within an hour, it can get up to 123 degrees inside a car. Now, let's check in with Kevin on tomorrow's late-breaking weather alert. Kevin.
Yeah, Dan, thanks a lot. Well, we have red flag warnings once again in effect tomorrow from 11 in the morning until 8 at night. And that has to do because the air is just so dry, and we expect winds still to be gusting maybe around 20 or 30 miles per hour once again tomorrow afternoon. So here is the red flag warning areas over northeastern and southeastern Arizona, including the metro Tucson area through Sierra Vista and all across Cochise County, Graham, Greenlee County, and also Santa Cruz County. So low humidity accompanied by strong westerly winds, and that just spells big problems for fires that could start and spread rapidly. But right now it is a comfortable night. We're talking about temperatures at 68 degrees, humidity at 16%, but earlier today it was down to 5%. So extremely dry conditions once again could mean more fires tomorrow. And officials in Cochise County are keeping a very close eye on the red flag warnings, and they're dealing with an arsonist. And now someone has said, I believe this, 8 fires on Highway 92 along a 3-mile stretch of road near Hereford. KOLD News 13, Sonu Wasu has the latest on the investigation. Sonu.
These fires had the potential for a lot of damage. There's an elementary school on one side of me, just a few feet away from where I'm standing. On the other, properties that could easily have gone up in flames.
50 yards.
Alarming?
Yes. Oh, yeah. We were just very grateful the wind was blowing that way, the opposite direction.
This is a community that's still healing from fire. Dozens of people here lost their homes and livestock in the devastating Monument fire 4 years ago. The wounds still very fresh. As they look at this freshly burned ground, knowing an arsonist is running loose in the community, they wonder why.
It's an emotional thing that you just don't have an answer for. Why would somebody do something like that?
We drove around the area with Palominas firefighters to look at the damage. 8 arson fires within 3 miles in 3 days.
This stuff is already breaking apart. It's already bone dry, and it's ready to burn.
Firefighters warn residents tonight things are fiery in these bone-dry conditions. A single spark can light up a field in minutes.
The residents of this fire district lost 47 structures in the Monument fire.
4 years later, everyone here is still talking about the devastating Monument fire. Back here at the Horse and Around Rescue Ranch, emotions still high after they lost 350 acres of pasture land for the horses they rescue and watched one of them go up in flames.
You heard about the fire, and the first thing you do is, like, Monument fire comes right back up into our system, and you get, you get goosebumps and get all upset with it.
Firefighters tell me they do have some leads right now, but they are asking everyone in this community to be on alert. If you do see anything suspicious, please call local authorities immediately. Reporting from Palomino, Sonu Wasu, KOLD News 13, live, local, late breaking.
And more fire concerns tonight. This one southeast of Tucson. The Cumero fire in the Patagonia Mountains is about 60% contained. So far, more than 100 acres have burned. And you can stay informed and stay safe by checking out our Arizona wildfires page on the Tucson News Now mobile app. Just look for the News tab under the categories list by clicking on that upper left button. Then choose Arizona wildfires and you'll see this page. To download this, just look for Tucson News Now, all one word, in your app store. Dan.
Teresa, late breaking news. We've just learned that Arizona Senator John McCain says he will run again in 2016. It would be his 6th term in office if he's reelected. In an interview with NBC News, he says, quote, "I'm more than ready. In some ways, I'm eager." McCain will be 80 years old by Election Day. Well, the next time you call 911, you may get a different response. Public safety takes up a large portion of Pima County's budget, and tomorrow officials will talk about ways to cut that down. KOLD News 13's Colton Schoen has details on what's being done to balance the books while keeping people safe.
This memo here that was sent out by the county administrator says the county is now responsible for $23 million in expenses that were once paid for by the state. Tonight, I speak with sheriff's officials who tell me that it's the citizens who lose out because of this. Now, Eric Johnson is the chairman of the Pima County Sheriff's Deputies Association. He says budget cuts could lead to longer response times and even low morale, which could lead to experienced deputies leaving the department. But Johnson says the good news is that the chief deputy says no jobs will be cut during this process.
We may have to do some shifting around of personnel, moving district to district, and think about our response times and that type of response.
He says if budget cuts are made to the department, which they will find out tomorrow, some services could be cut. Which ones are still up in the air. Sheriff's officials say the last time they had budget cuts, they lost their school resource officers. Deputy Chief Chris Nano says this is a time when they can start to evaluate the need for the resources.
We look at 2 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday morning, we may have 3 calls, yet it's silly to have 10 deputies out in the field at that time.
The meeting with county supervisors is tomorrow afternoon. Reporting outside the Pima County Sheriff's Department headquarters, I'm Colton Schoen, KOLD News 13, live, local, late breaking.
Thank you, Colton. The Grant Road repaving project is only a couple of days in and already behind schedule. The paving train that's recycling existing asphalt will now only be used from Country Club to Columbus, while crews switch to traditional paving from Santa Rita to Country Club. That's because some of the material used in a past repaving project can't be recycled in that massive machine. The whole Grant Road repaving project is 3 miles long. The plan is to complete it before the end of the month. Now, whether you use mass transit for or not, you pay for it, and it looks like the part that you pay through Tucson's general fund could go up.
KLD News 13's JD Wallace is live in Midtown with why and how much. JD.
Well, Teresa, the money per passenger seems to be going down for both SunTran buses as well as the SunLink streetcar, and some costs seem to be going up. Now, today, Tucson's Transit Task Force heard from the city that mass transit revenue will drop by about $2 million, and expenses in personnel, maintenance, and debt payments will go up by almost $4.5 million. That means the city's general fund could need to kick in about $6.5 million more this coming year. But there are possible solutions. The SunGo card is supposed to be marketed harder. Some unexpected effects of that card might have led to the revenue drop in the first place. More flexible fare arrangements like a 7-day pass might also help, and using smaller vehicles where possible is being done, but the savings from that are unknown. Some task force members say a fare increase should not even be an option.
They want to do an aggressive marketing campaign that will add a bunch of revenue to the system, and so they don't have to raise fares.
And every year there's a need for more money, and it's a challenge. There's no easy way around it. It's to be expected.
Now, this will be presented to the City Council tomorrow as an information item. Other options include actually asking the RTA for some of the funding that it was supposed to pay later, asking for it to pay more of that funding up front, give it to them earlier in order to cover some of these costs. Also, cutting some routes might also save some money. Reporting live in Midtown, JD Wallace, KOLD News 13, live local late breaking.
All right, JD, thank you so much. The man accused of killing one person and hurting 5 others in a Phoenix area rampage that included multiple shootings, a carjacking, and a home invasion made an appearance in court. Ryan Giroux pleaded not guilty. Giroux faces 1 count of first-degree murder and 22 other charges connected to that March 18th shooting in Mesa. Brand new video just into the newsroom. A look inside Tyler Kost's hearing today. He's the 19-year-old accused of sexually assaulting several girls while in high school. Lawyers for Tyler Kost want to see the social media records of his accusers. Court documents reveal a group Facebook chat where 3 of the accusers apparently made plans to, quote, teach a lesson to Tyler Kost. Kost's lawyers say that's evidence of a conspiracy against him. Well, coming up next, legendary singer B.B. King is in the hospital tonight. Find out what landed him there.
Plus, check out this video. It was taken today right here in the U.S. We're going to tell you where this snowy spring video was taken. KOLD News 13 Live at 10 continues for your neighborhood. I'm Dan Maries.
And I'm Teresa John. Did you know that you can watch KOLD News 13 live on your mobile app? It's under the categories list. Just look for live video. And there we are. It's a little delayed, but it is live. You're watching KOLD News 13.
Yeah, we're coming up. Don't go away.
Yeah.